Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. So we live in the West. There's a whole bunch of strong and independent chicks who say that they don't need men, blah, blah, blah. And we have men, like all of us red pill guys and all of us, who are saying, fine, we will treat you like equals, right guys? And what that means is we're saying, you know what, men are checking out. We aren't taking chances. We're avoiding girls at work. We aren't approaching girls for dates or any of that anymore. And now that they're getting this dose of equality, they're starting to say, wait a minute, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. So we have an article here. It's called, Is It Our Fault Men Won't Give Up Seats for Mothers to Be? And we're going to get into this, but before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment, because it really helps keep this channel going. Check out my second channel, linked in the description. And guys, we'll also go to the dumpster fire known as TikTok, because that also shows that men in the West, this is in Britain, are not having it. They're saying, no, fine, you're strong and independent, we believe you, so we're going to leave you alone. So, this article says, has the old-fashioned gentleman been put off by progressive women? Perhaps we should be more careful what we wish for, says Carol Sarler. So when it comes to excuses, I think I've heard them all. But this one beggars belief. According to a new survey, the reason why a tired, aching, heavily pregnant woman is left to stand on public transport, and yes, we've all seen her, is because those healthy young men sitting so very comfortably nearby are just too embarrassed to offer her their seats. They are apparently tormented by the thought that she might not actually be pregnant, just fat. So better by far not to risk insulting her. Okay, chaps, if that's your story, you stick to it. Clown world, there she is. So we're damned if we do, and we're damned if we don't. If a man tries to hold the door, all of a sudden you're a misogynist. If you don't, then you're a misogynist. Clown world. But now tell us this. Why do you also neglect to offer your seat to a woman where there's no room for doubt? Guys, there's always room for doubt. Isn't it funny how women who have nothing to risk are telling us that we should risk ourselves? Okay. Because let's just say she's elderly or carrying a child or struggling with shopping. Or if this isn't too radical, simply because she's a woman. There it is. Once women want to be equal, but then they want to get special treatment because they are women. Just after all, if you routinely gave up your seat to a woman, you'd be saved all the bother of working out whether or not they're prenatal, postnatal, or just plain porky. So she's saying, oh, well, you guys would just, treat us special. There's nothing wrong with this, right? She said, my father did so. As a matter of course, so did my older brother. Yet somehow courtesies have no currency whatsoever in the charm banks of today's generation of men. And what makes it that more shameful is how noticeably this applies peculiarly to British men. So guys, let's just jump to TikTok really, really fast, and let's show an example of this.
TikTok. You never guess what just happened to me. So I'm walking in my local area, I'm a little bit out of breath. Bear with me. So I'm walking in my local area, just dropping off some parcels and making some returns. So I'll take a shortcut through a block of flats that's currently under construction. I've taken the shortcut many a times. It's pretty safe. It's fine, people are still living in the block of flats. So as I'm approaching my house, I see a Hermes delivery driver, my usual one, standing out front talking to another guy. So I'm like, okay, do you know what? Let me quickly get to the house, take the parcels from him, and then continue running my errands. So as I'm walking down the hill, exiting the flats, I trip and I fall down.
10 per kilometre.
I scratched up my arm, my leg. This is the first time I'm wearing these leggings.
Pausing workout.
You see, blood. I'm fuming. I quickly get up, gather my thoughts.
Resuming workout.
I didn't even have enough time to think about the amount of pain that I'm in. So as I approach this guy to take my parcels, him and the other guy stop and they're like, oh my God, are you okay? So they saw me fall when they were watching me. They were watching me fall, get up, gather myself together. They were watching me. So as I approached him to get my parcels, he was like, oh, what happened? So So I said, I don't even know. I just slipped on something. It was a bit slippery. Then the guy that he was talking to said, oh, we saw you fall,
Pausing workout.
but we didn't want to come and help you because before anybody says, oh, we're the ones that pushed you. You know how it is as Nigerians. We can't just come and start helping people willy-nilly before they say that we're the ones that... Can you imagine? So
Yeah, can you imagine, right, guys? That's basically getting M2'd right there. Right there. They're saying, look, we had to wait for you to get up and brush yourself off, or people are going to think we're the ones who made you fall or were assaulting you and we'll end up in jail. And she's saying that's crazy thought. That's just crazy.
So because they didn't want to be implicated in my injury, they didn't help me. Guys,
Resuming workout.
I don't even know what to say.
Guys, put yourselves at risk. Guys, risk going to jail to help me, please. Clown world. So you can see no one's helping her, right? Okay, and that's in Britain. My family and I live in central London, which means a daily negotiation with the underground. During my daughter's recent pregnancy, she regularly stood through rush hour journeys, as indeed I do. Which, guys, sidebar, this is what they asked for. They wanted to go to work just like men. They wanted to take the subway, do long commutes, do all this other stuff. That's what they asked for, and now they can't stand it. Clown world. Clown world. They said, so we want to work, but are you telling me that means I'm going to have to be miserable and pregnant on the train?
How dare you?
Are you telling me that working yourself to death for the rest of your life like men isn't fun and full of great things?
How dare you?
Clown world. Okay. Both of us mercifully do get offered an occasional person, but every time the offer comes, it's from a tourist from Japan, Italy, Africa, or Australia. The homegrowns just carry on slumping. But this is what you asked for. Look at that. Nor is it only seats. It's all matter of little chivalries. 2 weeks ago, I flew home from the U.S. with a suitcase I knew I could never lift. Why would you do that? I constantly thought upon landing. Thank goodness it's an American flight. At least I know that a fellow passenger will help. One did. In the house, the fridge was empty. A Tesco trip loomed, and my arms were pulled from their sockets, carrying the bags home. But wait a minute, her arms were pulled clear. I thought that women were strong and independent and could do everything that a man could, right? Right, guys? Clown world. Until, oh bliss, my bags were taken from me and gently laid on my porch by a Turkish neighbor whose name I don't know, aka Mr. Beta. Guys, I don't help any of these women do a damn thing. And if these women actually think that American men or American young men are any better, man, shoot.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Clown world. Look at that. Look, she says, I have a nasty feeling that some of the blame. Well, I'm sorry. She says, have we come so far so quickly from my father's instinctive gentlemanliness to this selfish bunch of sluggards who treat women with, at best, disrespect or at worst, disdain? Guys, I'm gonna steal this. Treat women with, at best, disrespect or at worst, disdain. There we go, guys. We could use that as a mantra on this channel, okay? I have a nasty feeling that some of the blame for the modern instincts of the British male lies with the British female. You think? You think? It took her that long to actually figure this out? Come on, guys. Look at this. So this lies with the British female that in the end, maybe we got the men we deserve. Facts. A friend of mine in his late 30s is a well-mannered enough chap, especially so. At any rate, he recently did stand to offer a girl a seat on the train who appeared exhausted, ill, or both. Luckily for her, lucky her, not a bit. She said, "Why do you think I need it?" See? There you go, guys. There you go. You try and hold the chick's door.
How dare you?
You try and give her the seat.
How dare you?
So don't even try. Look at that. His story had reminded me of another told by Richard Neville, the Oz editor and infant terrible of the 70s hippie set, as he encountered the early days of feminism. He opened a door for a woman who denounced him as a chauvinist pig and stamped stoutly on his foot. Was that, I wonder, when the rot set in? Do we, my comrades in unshaven armpits, yuck, actually raise a generation of women who are now just as responsible as any man for the downfall of basic good manners? Yes, you did. Look at that. Says, I can recall the reason of the time, something to do with equality and anything that he can do, and not showing weakness of any kind lest we appear to be inferior. To which end we struggled in our own coats, carried our own weighty bags, and pointedly walked on the splashy outside of the pavement while he stayed on the dry side. We didn't need to be walked home, thank you very much. We had legs of our own, and we managed maybe treat ourselves to a passing minicab. We pitted our estrogen against his testosterone, regardless of brute strength required for the task, and we won. Yeah, right. No, you didn't. Please. How many times is a man gonna be snarled at for his efforts before he capitulates to the merits of not bothering to open a door or give up a seat? So there we have it. Women by large got it wrong. Guys, could this be a woman that actually has some sense? Don't hold your breath, guys. Don't hold your breath. Said men by and large have cashed in on our mistake in favor of an easier, lazier, more loudest lifestyle. Net gain, when I walk into a room, many men won't even stand in acknowledgement. Think about how crazy that is. To think that men should stand in acknowledgement if a woman walks into a room. Clown world. Net loss. I miss it so badly it hurts. What I see now, years after writing it, is that when my father tipped his hat to the head mistress as she passed in the street, he wasn't patronizing her. Quite the reverse. He was paying tribute to the status, rarely for those days she had earned for herself. When he pulled back my mother's chair, he wasn't defining her as incapable. He was making a public gesture of his respectful regard. Look at that. Look at that. I suppose you could say count your blessings and offset the loss of those funny old values against our net gains. Nevertheless, it remains true that sometimes we should really be careful what we wish for. There it is, guys. There it is. Right there. Be careful what you will wish for. Pregnant women demand our seats, and we're saying hell to the no, no. So, all right, you guys. This is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, check out the playlist link at the end of this video, and I'm out of here.